Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Obscurus Lupa Presents. Let's talk about steaks. I actually already did a written review of this pile of shit way back in the day, but since I hate myself, I took another look at it. And oh boy, it didn't get any better. So what are we waiting for? The diarrhea has only just begun. Let's sink our teeth into steaks. And the intro is taken straight from Doctor Who. How delightfully inappropriate. Before we get too far into the movie itself, here's the plot in a nutshell. Vampires from another dimension transport themselves into our world, and it's up to a gang of vampire hunters from their world and a cop from ours to stop them. I only mention this ahead of time because the fact that they come from another world has no bearing on the rest of the plot whatsoever. In fact, they could have taken out the scenes with the transdimensional portals altogether, and nobody would have even thought this movie had anything to do with other dimensions. It's unnecessary, is all I'm saying. We open with the world's oldest street punk, played by the director, so you know this movie's quality, who is pretending to have chronic diarrhea so he and his friend can mug this guy. I can't say I blame them for wanting to rob him. What a douchebag. He looks so inconvenienced at another person's distress. This is our lead-in for the big entrance of our main villains. This means we're treated to some very special effects. So here's our villains. Big-breasted woman, who I'm fairly certain is played by a porn actress by the name of Sin Devil. I'm not making that up. The one who shops at Spirit Halloween store, and Moobs guy. It only gets worse from here. Hey guys, isn't this cool? We're filming now, Dave.
This is our score, fucker. You should watch your language. There are ladies present. These sluts?
He looks like one of the kids from Home Improvement. Yeah, good thing you tucked your shirt in there, pal. Seriously? Oh boy, we're in for a clunker. She didn't quite get it, but thank goodness they left that shot in the movie anyway. Here we cut to a tinted photo still, which I suppose is a transition to the other world, which is overrun by vampires. You'll have to take their word for it, I guess. Our heroes from this world include A. Brian Smithers, yes, that's really his name, who is defined by his lab coat. Father John O'Grady, who is defined by being pudgy and in no way priest-like. And Shannon Wallace, who is defined by... We find our team of vampire hunters from this world as they prepare to enter ours using a portal they created to get the hell out. Why they just decided to leave it on and conveniently leave the room for a few minutes so the evil vampires can use it is anyone's guess. Okay. Maybe you didn't borrow enough money from your uncle to be able to build the poor man's Stargate in person. I'll give you that. But you couldn't jam a few Christmas lights into a shoebox or something? You had to CGI the controls. Shoot them! Shoot them! I don't know how to shoot, I'm a poor actress! Oh good, I don't have to act anymore. Okay, so in this dystopian world overrun by vampires, we get to see a total of 2. Also, an increase of vampires has suddenly tinted the entire world red. I don't see how the vampires turning the world brighter is gonna help their situation, but whatever. The vampires turn into zombies, and Brian makes a horrifying discovery. Alright, I'm gonna show you this next part uncut, because nothing I can say is funnier than it already is.
Surveillance images from the last hour! 3 of them!
It can't be! No one knows about this!
Somehow, they discovered what we're doing!
Damn it! All the precautions we've taken! Now they are on the parallel side!
Worse, I think the tall female is Alyssa!
Alyssa? The queen? The leader?
We've never dealt with anybody who has her kind of power!
I can't believe this!
My God! They're in!
Get information quick! Now, Brian, now!
By the way, you heard that right. The vampire queen is named Alyssa. What, were they killed in the Carl's Jr. ad?
We have to get out of sight.
Wait, I have an idea.
Put me in a lead role, even though I'm clearly the worst actor here. Pulling a zombie nation with your cop cars, eh? Don't let the fact that this guy has no screen presence fool you. This is our other main character, Jake. He's a detective who's defined by accepting things that are hard to take rather easily. He also looks a little bit like Uncle Joey from Full House. I'd make fun of his hair, but I'm not really sure what to call it. I want to say it's a mullet, but at best it's a halvesies.
He's clean. Not a drop of blood on him anywhere.
What is that, a nicotine patch? Stay classy, Stakes. Moob's guy goes looking for the head of the housing commission, I shit you not, so they can find a warehouse to make a lair out of. As incentive for finding the perfect evil lair for them, they kidnap her daughter. Well, got that out of my system.
Ah, yes. This will do nicely.
Ugh, maybe you should have stuck to the not talking thing.
For now, she will remain as our guest.
Did this lady go to the William Shatner School of Acting?
Time for you to leave now.
Don't make me use my evil acting voice. Pro tip, leave the baby teas at home when you're terrorizing innocent people. I just can't get over the fact that they got the housing commission's lady to find an evil lair for them. If they're gonna kidnap her daughter anyway, why don't they just find a place they like and kill everybody there? It's stupid! Take a look at this scene. I mean, this is high school acting, folks. This is like when the actor doesn't want to touch the other actors on stage, so they just sort of do half of the blocking and stand in one place. Oh, come on, movie, really?
I can't believe you stole money from that dead man, Father.
Good thing we threw in this clunky explanation about our funding, huh, guys?
This detective, Jake Bishop, he's in charge of those murders?
Yes, we need to ally ourselves with him.
Oh, and how do you propose we do that?
What was that? Okay, so the vampire hunters go looking for Jake because he's in charge of the murder investigation and might lead them to the evil vampires. The bar folk consist of all the director's friends and family, and it shows. There's also a bartender who I think is supposed to be sexy if you squint your eyes and don't give her direct eye contact. As Jake and his partner of 8 years talk openly about a murder investigation for everyone to hear, Shannon decides to make a move. Aw, romantic plot. Let's time it! It's good to know that a detective is allowed to wear his gun off duty while getting drunk at bars.
Excuse me, detective.
Yeah?
Was that a beer bottle? Alright guys, are you ready for pointless padding scene time?
Hey, let's go see the fish.
It's too dark to see anything.
No, it's not. Come on.
Late night fish watching? You're crazy!
Look, there's a big goldfish.
Where?
Right?
Where?
Right?
You are dead meat! You're going in this pond, you know that, don't you?
Oh, these two wacky kids having fun to badly placed music. Hope nothing bad happens to them.
You can come out now.
Had enough stock music yet? Haha, held that shot a little too long. That was awkward, wasn't it? She should not move in slow motion. I'm sorry, are we supposed to be scared right now? Brian, John, and Shannon kidnap Jake and take him to the director's mother's living room. Our heroes, ladies and gentlemen.
If you can hear me, please blink your eyes.
Yeah, because that's not an automatic function of the human body or anything.
We injected you with the neuromuscular inhibitor. That's why you're paralyzed.
You can still breathe and see us.
Well, thanks for letting him know. They never explained to him why they needed to drug and paralyze him to tell him this either. I don't think that's really going to help him believe your evil vampire story.
The major difference between our Earth and yours is that ours is overrun by vampires.
Unnecessary close-up much?
We were only a handful of mortal humans left.
Yep, that about sums up this movie.
The three who transported here are leaders. Purebloods.
One of them is a vampire queen, a pureblood descended from the original vampires.
That's all the explanation we get about the pure-blooded vampires, and it's not even a good one. What makes them pure-blooded? If they're descendants of the original vampires, it has to be through being bitten, so how come the people they make aren't purebloods? Figure out your mythology, Stakes! Yay, the film is
They
burning!
can be killed only with a
Oh.
stick. through a
And this
rifle.
information is useful for people who have lived under a rock and never heard any vampire mythology. After that awkward scene, Jake goes to investigate the murder of the late-night fish-watching couple.
They're still spreading these MPs around.
8. Hell, we're lucky if we have 3 a month.
How is that lucky? Do you usually count murder victims as lucky?
Billy, you and I have been partners for 8 years.
Thanks for the exposition.
You know you can trust me. And I know I can trust you.
What are you trying to tell me, Jake?
I'll explain it all later. But I need some people here to see these bodies.
So a group of crazy people drug you and kidnap you, tell you they came from another dimension to fight vampires, and without any incentive you believe them? Just how gullible are you?
What is that thing?
Fancy new pager.
This was made in 2002, dude. Nobody had a pager
With
anymore.
Mac and the other guys.
What the hell am I supposed to tell them?
Tell them it's a special unit of the government.
Isn't it convenient for the plot when nobody asks questions or follows protocol? That was kind of a clumsy cross there.
This is my partner, Billy Streb. Now, he doesn't know what's going on, but I think he needs to be in on this. Let's take a walk.
Oh, thank goodness we moved from that empty gazebo over here.
Strangers in the area, suspicious activities, victims with neck wounds.
Does somebody want to tell me what the hell you're talking about?
We'll talk later.
Let's have a flashback, shall we?
But I think he needs to be in on this.
Jake's partner is sitting in his car in a parking lot for no particular reason when Jake calls him to help investigate some suspicious activity.
If they're not legit, I'll bust their asses.
But I don't know, they seem pretty legit to me. Their story was so solid.
Brian's gonna stay behind to monitor us.
And keep an eye out for any stray freaks.
It's what we call vampires.
You know, as in freaks of nature?
Look at that, he's like he thinks that was clever or something. Haha, freaks of nature. Good one.
You know, I'm really not buying this vampire bullshit.
Aw, and they spent all that time developing him as a character. I guess all the screen time we spent on him was kind of pointless then, wasn't it? Spider Jake, shooting vampires, Spider Jake. He was my partner of 8 years. Well, that's the last time we'll mention him. That's the best you could do?
I told my lieutenant Billy and I were attacked by a mountain lion in the barn.
Did they buy it?
I guess. Well, at least until they do the autopsy.
Or, you know, look at him, huh? But wait, did we forget about the poor romantic subplot? She dies shortly after this scene.
Detective Bishop, my name is Elizabeth Fleming.
The same Elizabeth Fleming who's the city housing commissioner?
Yes.
We've met before. Hell, I've seen you on TV.
The Elizabeth Fleming? I love your work!
Can you come to my house?
Look, Miss Fleming, we have procedures to handle this.
Not that we follow them, huh? They agree to help the Elizabeth Fleming get her daughter back from the vampires. Ah, hippie vampire!
What in the name of God?
Vampires, Miss Fleming. That's what they are.
So you didn't bother to tell her that before you went into their evil lair to fight them?
Where are they?
I don't know.
No, please stop trying to act, please!
You promised you'd let me go if I told you.
Sorry, we have to do a poor green screen effect. Okay, so we've established that the vampires have moved on to another generic warehouse to do their vampire business. Which again begs the question, why the hell did they need the housing commissions lady? So the vampire queen, Alyssa, does her best William Shatner to boost the spirits of the extras that are trying too hard. The pauses in her speech make no sense, and sometimes change the context of what she's saying.
For every 4 we lose, 10 times that number shall join us in our quest. Prepare for a world that is yours. A world for me.
I'm acting! On to the new investigation.
Never mind. It's nothing.
What, vampires can teleport now? How the hell did he not see her? So we've done the over-the-top evil acting in this movie, but we've yet to see the cliched gay acting from anyone. Oh, here we go.
My God.
Dragus.
He sounds like a revving car engine. Uh-oh, steak didn't work. I hope you were paying attention to that, because it's one of the most contrived plot points I've ever seen. Why'd he sound like a dinosaur? Yes, that was our scary villain hopping away. So they do the exact same scene over again and torture one of the lackeys for information. This one sounds like a pig.
Well, did you find out what you wanted?
Animals.
I got this off of her. It's a map.
Why did the vampires need a map to their super secret hideout again?
I believe my holy water spilled on it.
Believe it or not, that's actually their key to winning. It's that ridiculous.
Let's just regroup and move forward.
Okay, so you're not gonna get up or anything? No one's going to, I don't know, do anything? No! Look, dude, just screaming no isn't gonna help. Look at him, he runs away like a girl. Oh, now you shoot? And here we have a moment of silence for the woman with the personality of cardboard. Wait a minute, what's Elizabeth doing there? Why is she crying? She knew her for like 5 minutes. Oop, nipple shot. Speaking of nipples. Moob's guy just keeps repeating "oh yeah" over and over again. It's like she's having sex with the Kool-Aid man. Oh yeah! Moving on. Our heroes examine the piece of map they found and try to suss out where the best place would be for the vampires to hide. Here's where things get a little immature.
This is an old nut roasting factory. The nut roasting factory.
The nut factory.
Oh, we go to the nut roasting factory.
Hee hee. Oh yeah! They decide to leave at first light, and while everyone else is asleep, Jake gets an idea. An idea that's just crazy enough to work.
This was made with your holy water. I've got 4 more of these in the freezer now, and 2 more in mold.
So you only made 7 then?
You've been up all night working on this?
Yes.
It took him the whole night to cut out some styrofoam and fill it with water?
Just be careful.
I'm always careful.
Good job.
Ooh, rare!
Ditch that lab coat, okay?
Let's go kick some vampire butt.
Wow, I'm impressed. They go to the nut roasting factory for the big finale. After they kill some bitches, they continue on their way. She was just hiding under those boxes and waiting for them?
Some of the bitches are like cockroaches, crawling out of the woodwork.
Or box work. Zing!
I think the purebloods are here. Somewhere.
And the first of the 3 purebloods is killed quite easily. No, my breasts!
What is this?
It's a makeshift throne.
So by a makeshift throne, you mean a chair with a sheet thrown over it.
For Alyssa. Who? The Queen.
I'm fairly certain this was mentioned already. Oh good, we haven't seen them walking in the dark yet. Oh, right through the scanner. Ow, why is there no entry wound? Uh-oh, here comes Alyssa, the big bad, the head honcho, the big kahuna, the leader of the purebloods, the terrifying main villain, the ultimate... Oh, I guess she's dead. So here, let's have our big finale fight with Moob's guy. Why not?
I'm getting too old for this shit.
Mommy.
So she was just standing around this whole time? Fuck. If your villain runs like a sissy, you probably need a casting change. Hey wait, he closed the door behind him. He would have caught up to him if he just kept going. Here's the stunning final fight. One pudgy guy against another. Who will win?
Oh no, this is much too easy. I think you need to die slowly.
Wait, no! He brought him back up. Movie, be merciful. Just end it. I shall strike my death pose! And they end with a predictable twist you probably saw coming 20 minutes ago. And thus our heroes valiantly murder the mother and child. The end. It's been 2 years since I first saw Stakes. Looking back on it now, was it worth it the second time around? No, not